Today we've got the Freedom Gundam by Piececool. And this thing is a beast. Where I purchased this at is on inshobby.com. So they got a lot of the Piececool Gundams on there. This one runs $47 on there, but you're gonna pay about $20 in shipping. So this thing's gonna be about a $70 purchase. So their difficulty ranking on here is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the max is 7 stars. This has got a 5-star rating. Number of sheets with this one is 6.5, and it's 358 pieces. The paint job on this thing is really nice. Piececool does an excellent job with their paint. It does not scratch real easy. I mean, it's surprising how much abuse from your metal tweezers and your other tools that the Piececool models can take, because their paint is so high quality. But it will scratch, so you do need to be careful, you know, when you're bending the tabs and folding them over. A lot of the times I'll start the bend of the tab with the pliers. I'll start it and then I'll come back with my fingernail and push it down. So I'll go over some of the difficult things I ran into with this model. We'll go over some easy stuff, and what I'm trying to do is just help you guys through your build, so maybe you don't get hung up as much as I did on some of these steps. So this one, you pretty much start at the feet and you build your way up. Besides these back wings here, these are last. These skirt pieces was actually really easy to make. They've came together really nicely. The only hard part on them was the top here. These cylinder looking things at the top of them. Those was really rough to get connected in between the skirts, the tabs there, to get the tabs to come up and be able to fold them down. The feet go together pretty well. There's a couple spots on the feet that when you bend it, the metal don't meet up just right. There's actually a couple spots on this model that does that. And it really surprised me because it's such a high quality model, but you know, I guess everybody's not perfect. I just really questioned. I was like, man, why didn't they design that just a little bit better? So some stuff you're gonna run into, like the feet here. You see where this is touching? These two pieces, the blue piece and the silver piece are touching. These pieces are gonna collide when you are trying to put them together. You're gonna have that during your build with this model. The side, the silver side foot piece is actually digging into the blue right there. But if you bend this out to where it's not digging in, it's not bent right. So that's just something you kind of gotta go along with here during this model. A lot of times on this model, I tried to do in folds instead of out folds, like on this back piece on the knee here. There's 2 tabs on the bottom of this kind of spiky looking piece right here. There's 2 tabs down here, and I done an inside fold on these tabs instead of running them out and then fold them over, because it looks a lot cleaner. Man, looky there. That thing, them tabs came undone. I'm gonna have to fix that right now. Well, I had to bust out the pliers and the tweezers and get that fixed. That was kind of random. I did not notice that, how that popped out, man. It just pulled out. Those tabs just pulled out. And I flipped those tabs right there. I flipped them inward because they look cleaner, but it is not as good of a hold as if you would pry them outward and back up. So if you pry them tabs around, outward and back up, it would be a better hold. But that was probably where I was putting this thing together. I was torquing on it and it probably pulled that out and I didn't notice it. But you know, quick fix. The main hard part, these legs are just really a pain in the butt to do. Like this piece right here, that is hard to get that piece looking good. And this piece, these inserts right here, that's hard to get them tabs to fold. You go to fold them tabs and it wants to twist that piece inside there. It's hard to get this piece looking good right here that insert sets into. This silver piece connects to a black piece that the waist sets on that black pelvis piece, and it actually is not completely closed. The gap did not completely close, and it's the design. The design of it doesn't let that gap completely close. When you're building this and you go to put them two pieces together, I have a gap, so if you have a gap, don't worry about it. Just get it as good as you can, because you will break the tabs trying to close that gap, and I mean, it comes out good anyways. I think it's just a design flaw. As we move up here to the waist, these fins right here, the black fins, I glued these. So I put them on, I put them where I wanted them with my finger. I put some UV glue on it, held it, hit it with the light, and to keep them gaps open, because they want to fold over and lay on each other. So if you want them fins looking good, use some UV glue. Up on the neck here, these silver pieces, they want to kind of collide with other metal, just like we had on the foot for the arms. They're about the same as the legs, a little bit easier actually. These pieces here, they're kind of a pain getting them rounded, because it just takes a little bit of rounding on them, but if you don't get that little bit of rounding, it's not going to look right. Your hands, very delicate. The hands on this model are very delicate, but they look so good. So when you're doing these fingers, fold your tabs over. Don't over smash them tabs. Just get them folded over flat and leave them. And then when you get done, completely done with the hand, go back to the fingers and finish folding them tabs, because they tend to want to pop up as you continue doing the other fingers. And these shoulder pieces, the shoulders, they seem like they don't go on that well. There's like gappage, like right here you can see that gap there. It's just a design flaw. You know, they should have had that metal come down a little bit farther, because there's no way to get that to meet up and do the bend you need and get that to meet up. The head is actually not too bad. It's kind of hard to get these gaps closed on this head, but you know, take your time and you can get it as good as me, if not better. I think the face was hard to set in there. So this face is a piece that you actually got to set in there, and then there's some tabs you got to twist. That is a very delicate process. It's easy to scratch it up, the cheeks and stuff. So be careful when you're doing that. Folding his, I don't know what you're gonna call him. I know somebody's probably gonna get me, that some Gundam nerd is gonna get me, but I'm gonna call them horns. Folding these horns, I took my time with these. They're very small, and it is a delicate process. It's easy to fold them and get them lopsided. So like, I'm saying, like this flat piece, it would be at an angle. So they'd be different angles. Instead of 90 degree on the horns here, you'd have a different angle. And I did that, and I had to like go back and redo it and fix it. So one of the hardest parts was this back piece here. Getting this back piece connected was a pain. So before you put the wings on, you're trying to connect this black backpack piece, and man, it takes some work. I could not get the tabs to line up. It takes some time and finagling. It's not fun. And you'd never guess that would be one of the hardest pieces. The wings is the last thing that you do. These wings went together so good, and this was the funnest part, in my opinion, was the wings. They really complete the model and just give it that, it's like the icing on the cake. This thing took me so long to finish. I probably got 50 to 60 hours in this Gundam, but it's totally worth it in the end. I mean, look at the end result you have here. On the right, you're gonna have a couple videos pop up that you can go and watch. Thanks for watching my version of the Freedom Gundam by Piececool. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, and till next time, happy building.